Hello and welcome to the Knitworthy podcast. Hello friends, how are you today? This is episode 64 and my name is Brianne, also known as Being Brianne on Ralph Rain Instagram. And I'm so glad you're here. Yay! If you are a returning viewer, I'm so glad that you came back and that you are here to see what's up for today. And if you are a new viewer, hello! You found us. I'm so glad. Mama Linda is not up to recording today, so it's just me, but that's okay. We're going to have an awesome time. I have some really fun things to show you, and it's going to be a great episode, so yay. Or I could do like evil hands, like mwahaha. No, I don't think I'll do that. I'll pass. I'll just stick it with yay, like this. Okay, so what am I wearing today? Today, I am wearing my Nae, N-A-E, which is just a very simple triangular shawl that is actually knit from side to side. So let me show you. And on the top, it has some really beautiful seed stitch. Let's see. So there's the seed stitch, and there is the stockinette, and you can see it's going from side to side there. So you just start on one side and do your seed stitch, then you increase. And the pattern is written to have a seed stitch go down the center, like a seed stitch panel go down the center, but I did not do that. I just kept it all stockinette in the center. And yeah, this is made out of some beautiful alpaca that I bought several years ago, and really did not like it at first. I thought I didn't like alpaca, and I still have issues with alpaca, but this really has softened up over time, which I'm really happy about. And it is nice and cozy and warm. Not that today is terribly cool, but that's okay. And I wear it a little something like this. There you go. A little like that. So yeah, Nae, N-A-E. And I'll link to it on the show notes to my project page so you can see exactly what pattern that is and who designed it. You can find show notes at knitworthypodcast.com, and I'll get those up as soon as the episode is up, which should be, like Tuesday. So this is Tuesday. You made it. Yay. All right. What am I working on? Well, let's see. First thing I'm working on is I'm working on my Always socks. These are for my husband for Christmas. This is in my beautiful bag from the Rusted Stitch. Isn't that so cute? She actually takes like sweaters and makes adorable bags out of them. Isn't that brilliant? That's Stephanie. You can find her on Etsy. And yes, so I definitely would recommend taking a look at her store. And she's done some really fun collaborations with people lately and has a couple coming up too. So this yarn is Up in Yarns Designs, who is Lorelei. This is her Tea and Crumpets base, 80/20 Superwash BFL nylon sock weight blend, 400 yards. And I was planning on doing these just a plain cuff down heel flap. And then my husband saw my Vanilla is the New Black socks that I was wearing last time, and he goes, well, I like that heel. I would like to try that. So I said, okay, that's perfect because it's about time for the heel to go in. So you can see here the ribbed heel. It's kind of, let me try this. There you go. See how it expands like that? And so I'm done with the heel. Ta-da! And last time you saw it, it was right about here. So I've made some tracks on this sock, which makes me happy. And, oh, did I say this is the Always colorway? Perhaps I did, perhaps I didn't. There, that's what it's called. These socks are really, really nice, and Lorelai has been doing a lot of dyeing lately, and so you should check out her shop to see what kinds of things she has in store for you, because you would like to see what she does. She does beautiful things with color and with yarn, and I highly recommend you go check her out. So there you go. The Always socks. Sock. It's singular for now. He will get 2 of them. And I have a hat that I already made that matches it, so it'll be a nice little set for him. All right. The other thing that I'm working on is my sockhead hat. This is the sockhead hat bag. I always keep my sockhead hats in here. This is also from Stephanie at the Rusted Stitch, but this is just a bag that she made me just because she's awesome and sweet and wonderful. And it was, I think, just a nice little surprise bag. So she doesn't usually keep like regular fabric bags in her store, but yeah. So here we have sockhead hat. This is number 9. I think it's number 9, or is it number 8? I can't recall. But here's where I was last time that you saw it. This is how much I did on Saturday. I did about 3 inches of knitting on Saturday. We went up to Nixa to go clear out our storage unit, and so I had some time to knit then. And then I got a chance to, sorry, my phone messaged me. So I got a chance to knit in the car, and then my husband and I had a date night. Yay. And we went and saw Deepwater Horizon. Oh my word. First of all, so glad that I was at the stockinette portion of this, because wow, I really would have had a hard time doing anything beyond stockinette in this sock. And also so glad I had knitting along, because that was a very stressful movie. It's about the Deepwater Horizon oil rig explosion that happened, and I mean, like, the first 20-30 minutes of the movie, you know, it's kind of laying the groundwork for what's going to happen, and then like it just all goes up in flames, and like it's all done from there. And watching it with my husband, I looked over at him one point and go, I'm so sorry you don't have knitting. I'm so sorry. Like, it's the only way that I was keeping my sanity and like keeping my breathing at a normal rate. I mean, there's like explosion, you know, craziness, people getting hurt. Oh, and there was a family that had like, you know, 2 little kids in the same row as us. And I was like, I can hardly handle this, and I'm 37. So, yeah. I probably my kids won't be watching that anytime soon. But, you know, the kids seem to enjoy it, so they can obviously handle stress better than I can. This yarn is Malabrigo sock in the Indiecita colorway. And it's 440 yards. It is a superwash merino wool. That's why I'm using it for a hat and not for socks, just because I am hard on my socks and I want to make sure that they last for a long time. So I don't typically use wool that isn't blended with nylon for socks, or yeah, that isn't blended with nylon for socks. So yeah. And this is a really beautiful colorway. It's turning out, it looks a lot more purple in that on the screen than it is in real life. In real life, it's much more kind of muted colors. That was a popcorn kernel little skin on there. We were eating popcorn. Yum. Oh my goodness. All right. So I do have another thing that I'm working on, but I'm going to save that for the Gilding the Lily section, where I talk about things that I've purchased. All right, so things that I finished. The first thing that I finished is I finished Evan's mittens. Ta-da! And he loves them. if you are following me on Instagram, you saw a picture of Evan. You saw a picture of Evan wearing his mittens like this, because he has decided that he is a superhero when he wears his mittens. And so, yeah, these apparently give him superpowers. I don't know what they are. I don't know if he feels like he's the Hulk, like, with the green Hulk hands or something. I don't know. But he loves them. And so he has been asking to wear them every day. And I was like, can you just hold off until I show them to the podcast? Luckily, it hasn't been too cold. So, no mittens really necessary, just a light jacket. But he wants to wear them. So that's why I had a podcast, so that the child could wear his mittens. And so, yeah, these were hand spun from, let me think, Fiber Nymph Dye Works in the Dragonfly colorway. And I love Fiber Dye Works. She does such a good job on her colors, and they just really turned out so beautifully. The color did not bleed at all when I went to go wash it, and these are going to be so nice and warm and toasty and cozy, and it's going to be fantastic. So there's that. The other thing that I finished is the upstairs downstairs cowl. So I'm going to take this off so that I can show you. It blocked out rather large. Now, I did knit the large size, so it does not surprise me that it has grown, but here, look at this. Ta-da! So it very easily wraps twice around my neck. This is going to be for Evan's teacher for Christmas. She loves this kind of color teal, and so their whole classroom is decorated in like teal and teal and teal over here and teal over there. So I feel pretty safe in picking this color for her. And here's the pattern. I think it is just lovely. This is designed by Paula Emmons-Beasley, and who is, of course, of the Knitting Pipeline. And she does beautiful, beautiful designs, and so well written. And what I love too about her designs is that she gives you an idea of how far along the pattern you are. So if you are going to be close on yarn, you have an idea of, where you are in the scheme of things as far as like how far your yarn is, how far into your yarn you should be. Does that make sense? I hope I said that right. But yeah, so you should go check out her patterns. This was knit out of I Found the Tag. Last time I didn't have it. Plymouth Yarn Company Happy Feet DK, which is a 90% superwash merino wool and 10% nylon. I had 2 skeins of this, and I had, it's 262 yards in each 100-gram ball. And yes, this is color number 52. 52. And I think this is a really nice yarn. It blocked out really nicely. It did not bleed. It softened up really nicely when it hit the water, and I think it's just a great yarn. It is marine washable. You could wash it in the ocean if you like. Let me know how that goes. I'm probably just gonna wash mine in the sink. It is machine washable on a gentle cycle with a dry flat instruction. I'm probably going to give her instructions to go ahead and hand wash it, just because I haven't ever washed this in the washing machine before, and I'm always just a little bit nervous when it comes to that kind of thing. So that is what I'm going to be doing. Yes, so there's that, and it makes me happy. It's beautiful, and it smells like Soak Celebration Wash. Get my hair out of there. So this will be going into the gift box because Christmas is coming soon. Oh my word. I love people that post things like, how far it is away to Christmas, or in this case, how soon it is till Christmas, or like, how many weeks until Thanksgiving, or, they serve as little reminders that the holidays are coming. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, you must be really on top of things because I am not. I don't know. On one hand, it's a good thing that I'm getting this reminder, but on the other hand, it's like, oh, I'm not quite as prepared as I had hoped to be, but that's okay. I am one step closer. That's good. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to be doing a ton of Christmas knitting this year. Probably not a whole lot more than I've already done. I might make something for Ailish's teacher and for Ailish's gifted teacher. They both are wonderful, and Ailish has had her gifted teacher for several years now, and come to find out, we go to church with them. Now we're in Bible study together, so I want to do something nice for her. She's wonderful and a great encourager of my daughter, and so yeah. You ready? It's time for Gilding the Lily. This is the part of the podcast where I talk about how I have added to my stash, even though my stash is beautiful and wonderful and I love it, but I have managed to make it even better. So, the last time I podcasted, after that was the day that my husband was home. He had a day off. I think this was Columbus Day. And so after we podcasted, he came home, and he has a very hard time not doing things. Like me, I can stay home and knit and read and do housework, and I'm happy. Like, my home is my happy place. And if he's home, like, that's even better. Like, that just makes it even, like, the more fantastic. Brian, my husband, he needs to go places and do things. He is a go-doer kind of person. And that there's nothing wrong with that. We have different personalities when it comes to, our desire to go and be active and do things. So I went with him on a ride, and he surprised me by taking me to a yarn store. So that's why I was very happy that I actually went, because, I got to go do a fun thing, and he took me to a yarn store, and I got to spend time with my husband, and it's all good. So he took me to Yarn Diva, which is in Forsyth, Missouri. It's about, 30 minutes away from here, and we're in Branson, Missouri, and so Forsyth is about 30 minutes away, and Yarn Diva is not a huge yarn store. It's the size of a small store, and but they have some nice things in there, and so it was nice. I had never been before, so it was nice to go and see and be able to support a local yarn store. And I purchased some of this Barocco plush, which was on clearance because it is discontinued. And this is 90 yards of 100% nylon, and you get about 3 stitches to the inch on size 10s. So I bought 3 balls of this, and I am using, what size am I using? Size 11s. Sorry for the rustling. But you have to look at how soft that is. It is like heavenly, like baby chick kind of soft. Like, I don't even know how to describe how soft this is. It's like newborn baby cheek soft. It's like I want to fall asleep while knitting on this soft. And I'm just knitting there we go. I'm knitting a garter stitch baby blanket. And I mean, doesn't that just even look terribly soft? It is. It's softer than it looks even. And I started on the corner, and I'm knitting it basically like Grandma's favorite dishcloth, except instead of doing yarn overs for increases, I'm doing a make one. There we go. Let's try to time out on me. Don't do it, computer. Don't do it. So I'm just gonna make one for increases instead of yarn overs, just because I didn't really want holes in the blanket. It's so soft. Oof. Oof. I just want to squeeze it. Oof. And rub it on my face. This blanket is actually for my brother Jared and his wife. They are having a baby boy in December, and his name is going to be Eli. So we're so excited. Their baby shower is coming up, and I wanted to knit something wonderful, and I think this is definitely qualifies as wonderful because this is pretty amazing. And so I finished up the first ball, and I didn't want to make a really huge blanket. I just wanted something, nice and cozy that would be easy to carry around and would be warm and fantastic and cuddly for everybody. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually borrow Mom's yarn scale, and so I can weigh my yarn so that when I get to half of this ball, then I'll know to start my decreases. That's the plan. These are 50-gram balls. So, yes. And this is also hand wash, lay flat to dry. And I think it's going to be pretty fabulous. So, there's that. So, yeah. And the other thing that came, which I am very excited about, is we did a swapless swap with A Life Full of Laughter. I think she's A Life Full of Laugh on Ravelry. I believe Lisa is her name. And she arranged a swapless swap with the copper corgi yarn. And what that basically means is that you get a bunch of mini skeins, and we did the 40-yard option. And so yes, so it's sock yarn so that you can use them in different projects. You can put them in a sweater. You could put them in, a baby blanket. You could make little toys out of them. You could just make ornaments out of them. I mean, how fun. Come on, there's a lot of things you can do with minis. And so if you don't want to see what they look like, you might want to move ahead, because I'm going to show. They arrived last week in the mail, and so I feel pretty good about being able to show these off. Now, we did have one international person purchase, and she won't be getting hers for a few more weeks, but everybody else should have gotten theirs already. So, yes. You ready? Look at these colors. Now, there are 10 of these mini skeins, and they all have different names. I don't know which is which, but I'll tell you the names of them, and then I'll go through the different colors that we have. And you can decide which one you think matches with which. There's the Rover, Wearing and Tearing, No Quarter, Heartbreaker, Tangerine, Tea for One, Night Flight, Cashmere, Four Sticks, and Fool in the Rain. So, I'm just going to hold up some of these. Unfortunately, my laptop camera does not always do a really great job with showing off colors, but this is a beautiful purple with some brown in it, which is just gorgeous. Here is a really fun green. There is this kind of like a curry color. It looks a little bit more yellow on the screen than it actually is. It's more golden, has a little bit more orange undertones, but there's a little bit of green to it too. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. This is a purple with a little bit of pink to it. And can I tell you how soft these are? They are just delightful. I think this is going to be beautiful. This is a kind of a red color, and all of these are tonal. They're not they're not a solid dyed color. They're definitely, I believe she kettle dyes. And they are just so beautiful. If she does not kettle dye, I'm sorry. But these are so gorgeous. Okay, this is like a black with some blue, like a kind of a teal blue, which is, I love the depth of color. That's part of what we asked for, was we asked for to be matched with someone who would have a lot of really deep saturated colors. And I think that Copper Corgi really came through on this. They are beautiful. This is such a fun orange color. It's deeper in my hand than it is on the screen. That's coming more like a tangerine color, and I don't think that this is, this is probably tangerine. But it's definitely a darker color in my hand than you're seeing on screen. And then this is like a Merlot wine color. It's gorgeous. Very deep colors. This is a beautiful brown. And it's like a chocolatey brown. Really pretty. And the last one is this beautiful teal color. And so these are the 10 colors that we received. And they are just, I think they're beautiful. I am planning on starting a Granny Squares crocheted blanket with mine. And I'm very excited. I need to basically learn how to crochet again. I don't really know. I can do like very simple things. I can chain, and I can do like a single crochet and a double crochet, but beyond that, I'm really helpless. And as far as reading patterns for crocheting, I can't do it. It's really not one of my gifts. So I need to learn how to do this so that I can start my crochet blanket, because I'm really excited. I think it's going to be gorgeous. And I think paired with the other yarns that I already have that are leftovers from my socks, I think it's going to be amazing. So, yay! There's that. Okay. Short episode today. That's all right. Oh, there was one other thing that I wanted to show you that I purchased. I got this about a month ago. It came in about a month ago. I had ordered it before that, but some of you will remember that I had my ring, and it said Hope and Pray on it. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to have my ring say. I'm going to pull up something really quick so I can read it to you. And so, in any case, I spent a lot of time thinking and praying about what I wanted my ring to say, because my last ring, for those of you who don't know, I purchased for myself a couple months after my oldest son was diagnosed with cancer, and I wanted something tangible that I would be able to look at all the time, that I would wear all the time, that I could help me remember to never lose hope and to always pray. Those are the first things, no matter what the situation, that I need to do. Is I need to be hopeful and I need to pray. And because, life is difficult sometimes, and I want to make sure that I'm living it the way that I should be, for myself. And so those are the things that I wanted to do. I wanted to hope and I wanted to pray. And I wore that ring for 4.5 years while my son was in treatment, and afterwards while he was continuing to see his doctors, and for the next 2 years after he was done with treatment, to make sure that he was still in remission. And he's healthy and he is strong, and he is 13 now. He's a in 7th grade. He's in junior high, which is just crazy. And he's doing awesome. So I felt like it was time for me to retire that ring because it saw me through a certain season in my life. And not that I always will continue to have that outlook to hope and to pray. Those will always be my first response to any situation. But I felt like it was time to have a new ring to see me on in this new chapter in our lives as we are done with chemo, done with treatment, done with the constant reminder of cancer. Not that it ever goes away, because trust me, it's firmly in the back of my head all the time. But I wanted to have something new. So I did some researching and some reading in my Bible and studying and trying to find the words that I wanted on my new ring. And I'm really trying not to get emotional. Whew! Because it's not a sad thing. It's really not. It's a good thing. Okay, so what I ended up getting, and this is backwards, so you're not going to be able to see it, which annoys me, I'm sorry. But here's my new ring. It looks exactly like the last one, except this one says, "She laughs." And where I found that from is from Proverbs 31, verse 25. And it says, "She is clothed with strength and dignity. She laughs without fear of the future." Well, I don't know about you, but I want to be that person. I want to be clothed with strength and dignity, and I want to laugh without fear of the future. I don't want to have to worry about what life holds for me. I don't want to have to sit and think of all the what ifs. I don't want to be that person who is stuck. I want to laugh without fear of the future. So yeah. So that's what my ring is. I have a new ring and I love it and it makes me happy. You would know from this face. It makes me really happy to look at it, and it's such a good reminder to me. It's such a good reminder to me to keep joy in my life and to remember that where my help comes from. And, it's just, my help comes from the Lord. And so I'm okay. It's okay. Everything is awesome. And no matter what, it's going to be good. And, I'm going to go a little out of order, but it reminds me of this psalm. So this is part of Bless Your Heart, but it's Psalm 59:16, and it says, "But as for me, I will sing about your power. Each morning I will sing with joy about your unfailing love, for you have been my refuge, a place of safety when I am in distress." And it says in the Bible that trials will come. You're going to go through hard times. It's guaranteed. Nobody gets an easy life. Nobody, no matter what station they have in life, how much money they have, how many friends they have, how many skeins of yarn they have, you're going to go through difficult times. But God is my refuge. And He is a place of safety when I'm going through hard times. And so I can laugh without fear of the future because I know that I am safe. No matter what happens, it's okay. I'm going to be good. And I love that I'm going to sing with joy. I'm not going to be worried all the time. I'm not going to be scared all the time. I'm not going to be anxious or sad. I'm going to have joy, and I'm going to sing with joy. And I really, kind of am speaking these words actively over myself, every day, because I want so much more to be that person. So that's it. That's what I have for Gilding the Lily. That was the last thing I realized that I had it last time, but I forgot to share it with you. So yeah. All right, let's go on to the pattern highlights. I have a really beautiful pattern for you, and I think, I could be wrong, I believe that Stephanie, who is Hot Pink Socks, who is of the Rusted Stitch, she sent this to me, I believe, when it first came out. This is the Autumn Dreamer hat by Kalura Hudson. This is a $5 pattern on Ravelry. Let me see if I can get this. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, first of all, I love the two colors. I think they go together really, really well, but I really am enjoying that cable. I think that's really beautiful. It's a unique cable pattern, and I love the way that she incorporated the cable into the decreases of the hat. Let me see if I can find another picture of it. Let's see. There are more pictures. It hasn't been knitted a lot. There's only 27 projects for it, but it looks like it has a matching, oh, it has a matching shawl. What? Let's take a look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Shawl and cables and colors, and it's just gorgeous. So yeah, so that is the Autumn Dreamer hat by Kalura Hudson. And let me see if I can figure out what the name, I'm guessing Autumn Dreamer shawl is what I'm guessing. Autumn Dreamer, yes. And that's a $6.50 download in US dollars from Ravelry. And so yeah, this is so cute. Here's a picture of what the shawl looks like. So you're getting two patterns today. Ah, yay, 2 for the price of 1. That's what it looks like. That's really pretty. I like that it's a unique shape. That would be really interesting to knit. That would not get boring at all. Oh my goodness. That would keep your interest for sure. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to do our contests. And we had our Henry's Hat contest, which is the contest for this book. This adorable, adorable book by Eric and Joanna Johnson. And the winner of that is post number 16, which is S. Decado or Decado. I probably am mutilating that. I am so sorry. You can let me know how to really say it when you contact me to claim your prize. And this is Sue. Sue said, I would read this to my son Henry, but he is 39 years old and would tell me he could read all by himself. I would read it to his dog, my granddog, but he would probably not understand the words and would not appreciate a hat. So I will read it to my grandson Massimo, who will be 7 years old soon and would love a hat. Massimo is completely fascinated with my spinning wheels, and I hope to teach him how to spin soon. Well, Sue, congratulations. You won the Henry's Hat book, so contact me on Ravelry. You can send me a private message, and my name is Being Brianne, Being Brianne on Ravelry. And yes, so you have 30 days to claim your prize. Otherwise, we will draw again for the next person. So make sure you get to me soon so I can get this out to you. You'll need to give me your address. I promise not to spam you with stuff. Maybe a love note or two. So you're fabulous. And then also, we had a random act of kindness drawing last time, and you need to contact me to win your prize. That's Fiber GL. So you have 30 days from the last episode to get with me. Otherwise, it goes back into the prize box, and I will just pick another name. So make sure you contact me. I'm not scary, I promise. I'm really not. I'm pretty I'm pretty okay. So yes, I believe that's it. I think that's everything that I wanted to tell you. Yeah. So I hope you all are doing really, really well. I am doing fabulous and things are going good. So yeah, I hope things are going good for you too. And just remember, until next time, that you are knitworthy. Bye, friends.